Yeah, are we supposed to do introductions?
Now video. Sorry, I guess you gotta do introductions yet. Now, welcome to the unofficial, totally cool, totally fantabulous Hero Battlegrounds recording video. We're gonna be teaching the basics before the tournament. Hopefully, maybe this video will not come out before tournament, and you guys get all screwed. How about that?
You getting scammed.
Easy scam. Alright, anyways, we got Fagor, Snickers, and me here. We're gonna be teaching you the basics. We got Snickers that test dummy with a lot of HP. Don't ask how I got him with a lot of HP. I'm just like that. I'm built like that.
He got private server commands.
Shut up!
He used money.
Shut up!
Oh,
Alright, anyways,
Fagor. My move.
Fagor will be going over the first 6 characters or whatever the first 6 characters he wants to choose, and I'll go with the other 6. So it's all at the Fagor now, and we're just gonna see what he has to say.
So the first character we have on the list, which is the basic character that everybody starts with, or when you spawn in the game, everyone starts with, which is V1 Deku, right? He's easy, one of the most brain dead characters in the game. You do not need a IQ of more than 5 to understand how to play this character, right? So we have the first move, which is just called Detroit. Regular punch. I also need no cooldowns, so I can kind of spam the moves. I'm talking to you on it.
I'm doing it, hey!
I need no cooldowns.
So, the move also has hyper armor, so you can use it basically at any time, and you cannot be interrupted during it, like Fagor if you use it. As you can see, I was punching him, but it did not get interrupted.
But it still works. And it also guard breaks, so Snickers block for me.
Oh, okay.
Look. It ignores guard break. I'm gonna tell you this now. Every move in V1 Deku's moveset ignores guard. So if you're fighting this person, don't try to block. Unless you're trying to do like regular ass punches. But if they use a move, don't try to block, just run. Alright. There's also a variant to the first move. Don't run! we have a variant to the first move. If you're in the air, you can use it and he'll do a down slam instead. That also breaks blocks.
This one it doesn't, but you also lose your hyper armor if you do the air variant. I'm pretty sure you can also hit through it.
So it depends, because you kind of just hit them. We have the second move, which is Mansionary. I don't know how to say it. Manchester. You just do a little twirl.
Alright, so we're literate.
You do a giant kick into the air, and it follows where your body's aiming. So if you use shift lock, it will go straight. If you use this, you can kind of turn it a little bit.
If you're not in shift lock, then it's just gonna not follow. It's just gonna go in a straight line. So it highly depends on how you use it. Next move we have is third move, which is called Delaware. This one also has 2 variants. The first one shoots you into the air. You can also, if you want, you can also put these 2 together. Just an example.
Yeah, you can put Detroit and Delaware into the same combo if you do both the air variants.
And then we have just the regular, which just flings you away. It's basically Detroit, but it's slightly different effect.
The ground Delaware is a little bit odd with the block breaking, because yes, it does still block break, but from far away it does not. So it Snickers if you stand right here, and if you block, not the air variant.
I was not close enough.
Not the air variant.
Oh wait, my bad.
Yeah, see, you block it, but if you get closer.
But if it like, that was just trying to block. It goes through it anyway. Now we have the final move, which is Texas. He basically just do a shitload of punches. Now, hold on, Stickers block. At first, it seems like they could block it.
No.
But since it's Deku V1, it gets rid of your block. That's all you need to know. We're gonna be moving on.
And it also, don't forget, the Texas also can pick up, so you can down slam or up air.
So if they're on the ground, you can't do that into a combo. It does not reset your M1s, so it is not a combo, like a crazy combo extender. But it does let you pull off an extra move. You voted to be the test dummy. You already said, "Can I be the test dummy in general?" Hold on it. If you do edit this video, pull up the image of him saying, "Can I be
that was not evil tweet.
Hey, there, pull up the clip.
Pull up the clip. Anyway, hold on. Give me ultimate. We're now gonna move on to the ultimate.
Jesus Christ! This ultimate might as well just be the most dangerous ult in the game if you're new to the game.
That's if you can land it though. If you're people like me who miss it 50% of the time, then it's over. I'm gonna be doing the first move last because it's the longest move.
Oh.
Okay. We have the first move. It's kind of just a dash move. Goes into the character, flings them away.
And luckily, that move also can go from, I'm pretty sure, pillar to pillar on this map.
It
and-
can't go far, so a Snicker standstill from like right there. I don't remember the range, but it can go pretty far.
Ouch.
Yeah.
All the way over there.
Luckily, though, it is a blockable move. Not a lot of people know it, but it is blockable from any range.
It's also dodgeable. So if you're lucky enough, you can dodge it. But I would recommend try to block it instead, because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get hit anyway.
Yeah, if you block it, you can be able to punish off of it instead of letting them go.
And for the third move, we have what he does. He grabs you. It's basically like Texas, but more high quality, I guess.
Texas, but you cannot dodge it.
Exactly. Now we have the fourth move. I might miss this move because I'm low-key bunned. We're gonna talk about that.
Okay,
What?
so while he misses it,
So I
will
went through
explain it.
him. I'm just gonna went through him.
so
I'm
what
actually
the
not went
fourth
through
move
him.
is a dash attack that goes on fire before you slow down and do 3 zigzag dashes, and when you hit it, it will put him into a cutscene where you punch him into the air. There's still different variants of finisher in this, but this is the normal variant where you punch him very far, and this does a bunch of damage and knocks him far away.
49 damage, which is actually pretty good. It says. Anyway, if any of you watched My Hero, the finisher is the All Might finisher on the what is it called? Nomu?
I thought it was awful one.
No, that was the awful one is like when he's like all skinny, he does like the final punch, and then the Nomu was the one where he launches him in the sky.
Okay.
And then we have the final move, right? This is a reference to the Deku
It's
in
gonna
Overhaul fight. This is for the Deku in Overhaul fight, where he punches the shit out of you, and then he sends a buttload of punches at you.
You cannot see it from a spectator's point of view, but there is a punch. And
Does
how
not
that ability
specific
works,
damage.
that ability is dodgeable, but it's very difficult because it's like the fourth move, but instead of it having a dash attack cooldown, it will immediately go into a 3 zigzag and then another final dash. Which, and if you get
Yeah,
hit by
like
any
from-
of that, you're automatically.
From far,
into-
it kind of just it just automatically goes towards you. It doesn't have a crazy range, but it does have a good range, so it is a little harder to dodge.
All right, next
On to the
character,
next character.
Mastery Deku.
We do have
You might be thinking, but why is there 2 different Dekus? I don't know. The Des just decided to be evil one day.
That is in a lot of games though. Not a lot of games, but I knew some games do have mastery.
By the way, this is the spawn animation. While Gordon does that, I'll show off the spawn animation. I have effects on, so hold on, let me remove that real quick so I can show you the regular effects. Every character in this game, well, not all of them, because there's a new early access character. They all have a spawn animation. All of them pretty cool. We got 3-1 Dekus, and now Mastery Dekus.
Oh yeah, we are also gonna tell you now, if you have not played the game before and you are relying on this tutorial to help you in the tournament, some of these characters you will not have. Because for Mastery, you have to go grind for them, like fighting Nomu. Oh wait, you have Nomu off, right? Go turn that off real quick.
If you want to know who Nomu is, you're gonna find out because he's not getting disabled in the tournament. If he spawns in main match, GG's, bro. Y'all better start teamworking or something.
But not, you just gotta hope that people vote to get Namu out of here, like bias or some shit or whatever. Right. But half of these characters you will not have because masteries you do need to do things like find Nomu, do like tasks and stuff, and things like let's say Warp Portal, which I'm probably gonna show later. You do need to find Namu to get a chance at him. He's basically a luck character, like gambling, I guess. So you will not have half of these characters. Well, actually, no, you will not have like 4 of these characters.
Alright. Mastery Deku. So
Get over here.
Face this.
We got the first move,
the-
Mastery Deku Quintuple Smash. This move is basically your only combo extender, but do not play with this character. One combo extender might just be enough for him. What he does, he does 3 punches, and this will forcefully grab you. This also picks up on air and ground, and it will pull you back into a combo extender.
Yeah, so if you're lucky, I hopefully mistimed that. But if you get it quickly enough, you can in fact get them. and you could try to turn around. I did it horribly, but you can try to turn around or just dash into them. A lot of the times, if you know how to do it properly, it would. I don't think that one has any variants.
No variants.
So we can move on. Now we're gonna go next, which is the electric smash. What he does is he jumps in the air. You can spin or you can just go in a straight line, and he knocks them to the ground like it's a down slam.
By the way, quintuple smash and electric smash are also guard breaks.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way. Next one we have is Delaware Grab. There is 2 variants. One flings you into the air.
That
And the next one just grabs you.
the grab one does combo break, but the Delaware Grab, if you do the air variant, and if you can hit it, the second variant,
It does
the
more
second
damage.
variant does more damage the higher you are in the air.
That's supposed to be told now. The higher you are, the more your second move does. So if you get launched into the air and you're lucky enough to like use the move, you might be able to do more damage.
And then we got the 4th move. This is basically a long range grab.
It can't be blocked though, so Snickers block real quick. It can be blocked, which can be used to punish because it does give a tiny bit of end lag. So sometimes you could just dash into them.
I'm pretty
to combo
sure
them.
if Snickers on block, I'm pretty sure this hits from like right here on block. It hits right here. Yeah. So it's like 2 tiles out. It is a combo extender, but there is 2 different variants of it. If you do ground, if they're on the ground and then you use it, it will do a different animation where you can put them into a combo for the one.
Which, lucky enough, you can use one to then put them into a combo. It works a lot of the time, which could be an easy combo extender. Now, moving on to the ultimate.
This ultimate is kind of like the first one, but if you had to dodge more, it felt like you was really playing like, I don't know, a dodge game.
This one, if you're not as good, or if you're horrible like me, you will miss this a lot of the time. Because a lot of his moves are required to dash for some reason. I'm gonna use the first move after, but we have the second move.
It's an unblockable dash attack, and you can also aim it.
That's a dash attack. Okay.
I'm gonna do the explaining because I'm too lazy to do all that. And then we have the second one. This one has a farther range, so I'm gonna move back just to show you. I think right here is fine. What he
Another
does is
unblockable dash attack.
Yeah, what he does is that he makes the ground go up, I guess. He has to black flip and then dashes at you.
And that also leads into a combo extender for your ultimate. Yes, this guy has a combo extender for his ultimate. Don't ask why.
Very fair, I know. And we have the 4th move, which I happen to miss almost 90%. Stay still. What he does is he dashes at you and then he grabs you. There is a finisher for that one where I think he like goes on you like a surfboard or some shit, or that might be a different character.
I don't know. We'll showcase finishers later, like another video. They're probably like 2
If we feel like it.
If. Or probably just be me.
And then we have move. We'll move real quick on it. We have the first move, which is overdrive.
You basically bounce around a bunch of tiles and you punch it. This thing, it can be easily dodged, but you can easily miss it. But when you do hit it, it does a bunch of damage and knocks you like far away.
There's also a finisher where if you watch the anime, he actually does the overdrive thingamajig.
Overgear or whatever. Yeah, overgear.
Overdrive. Anyway,
That
is it for Deku. He's not a very complicated character. A lot of his moves are actually fairly easy to use if you know how to move around a bit. Very simple character. If you don't know how to play the game that much, just go. I'm not gonna do Stain because you know the combos better than me on it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna move on to Todoroki, because that's one of my people.
I did the next for it. All right. So now we're on to Stain. See this guy? If you see this guy in the tournament, you might have to lock in and start focusing up. This character right here is a dangerous threat. You thought he was just a dangerous threat in the show? Nah, he's a dangerous threat here. So first of all, he got his first move, 1000 Slash. This thing is also a combo thing that picks up. And you can also, it resets only 2 of your M1, so you can still lift them up in the air and do other things. And we have triple dagger. This thing is just a dagger throw. It can't really do much. It's just there for the extra chip damage. And then it's also both the 1 and 2 are blockable, so you can't hold block against them. Then we have Blackout Crush. This thing's unblockable, but this thing also picks up off the ground. And it throws them like. But interesting enough, in this change log, they made it to where if you time it correctly, After you do Blackout Punch and do triple dagger throws, you do M1 reset your knives. I don't know how to do it because it's kind of difficult to do it. Now, guys, last move. This move is a little wonky because it's kind of hard to hit. Basically, you charge up a giant swing in the air, and once you do hit it, if you press it again, you stun them for a little bit. That leaves them open for another combo in there. And also the fourth move also does have hyper armor, so it does take a little bit to get him out of it. But if you do use like a simple like quick move like the Deku V1 Detroit, you should be able to knock him out of it.
And don't use the 4th move randomly because it does have a small charge up. So if any player sees you trying to do it, you can just dodge. Unless they're trying to attack them.
And
if you
now,
don't realize the time, you are screwed.
Now we have his ultimate. His ultimate is kind of odd, but also kind of good. His ultimate is basically a giant I forgot. Every character has these teleport dashes, and you use them up to 5 times. So we got his first move. Snickers, go ahead and hit me. You forgot to punch him. Basically, it is a counter.
I thought you were gonna say block.
It's a counter.
I thought you were gonna say block.
It's a counter that, luckily enough, they fix it where a bunch of counters don't hit ultimates. But since this is already in the ultimate, this thing does hit in the ultimate. And it does a bunch of slashes. It's also AoE, so a bunch of people hit you at the same time. They're all gonna get caught in it. And then we have this move, Scarlet Queen. You charge up a giant slash, you get to go. You can basically aim it, and do a bunch of slashes that knock them away after. And so the knife though, right? I remember you might have to talk about this chip damage on like, well, guess what? In the ultimate, they made it to where it's the worst health. Basically, you throw a bunch of knives at them, and then once you knock them away. Interesting enough, they gave them the stun in this too. After you hit all 3 of them, you get that secondary attack. You can stun them and everything. And then we got his last move, Abdominal Wheel. This move right here, it does no damage, but this thing does very much. Anyone caught in that range, not only are you immortal to damage, you cannot take any damage while doing this, but any person caught in this not only will get stunned, but you gain extra moves and it refreshes your old bar. Let me show you. So if I turn off my Infinite Awakening real quick, you see how it's slowly going down, right? See how like it gets, when it stops at the end, I can use this. You can do this at any time, by the way. You can do this like at the almost at the end, and boom. And the more times you use it, the faster the bar will go. And usually, you should be able to get up like 3 or 4. But yeah, that's it for normal stain. Normal stain pretty basic, and now we got this guy. So Mastery Deku, huh?
Mastery Stain.
Mastery Stain.
Switch places.
Mastery Stain. Mastery Stain. What do I have to say to this guy?
He's a little different. So at first he does not seem like a crazy threat because if you see a lot of his moves up by itself,
you can see him. You look at, you read his names. You read his name. You're like, oh wow, it looks pretty basic. Shadow Rush, Katana throw a million slashes. It gets so interesting with this character. So first of all, we have this move, right? Shadow Rush. This move, the ground variant is blockable, but it does a dash attack that is going down and stuff like that. And then you can also use it again. This part is unblockable, but what you do is you jump in the air and you go slam and throw back. That's in one move. But if they're blocking, let's say if someone's blocking, like, second. If you're blocking, you can do the air variant, and the second hit will block into a combo. Block break into a thing. The first air variant is very hard to hit. That's why you can do this because it does lead into it. And then I'm gonna skip Katana Throw for a while now, and then we got his secondary combo center. This thing is a perfect leading into 1. If you do 3 M1s, and then you just do the back dash into a bunch of. So it's a perfect lead into it. That Million Slashes also does block rake. Second block. So the initial hits do not block, but the first very hit does block. I mean unblock rake. And then now we got Whirlwind Pierce. This thing is just like Insane V1. It's a charge up that when you hit it, it's done.
Except it has slightly more range because he does dash forward. So it's a tiny bit easier to hit.
And so yeah, you think we're done with the base moveset? No, because once I throw my katana, and no matter if it hits the ground, wall, or a person, you gain melee mode. This thing is very different. So we got the first move, uppercut. This thing, it can hit on air, it can hit anywhere. And then basically you lift them into the air and then throw them away. Well, let me give you a tip. If you do get this character, you do want to play him, do not just press it once because then you just do that. You have to press it twice. So once you see use again, and then you knock them up high.
And then we have the second move, which is just pretty calm life though. You can use it again though.
You
How
can
much time
double tap it. Which once you there's a weird thing that happens with this. There's a rare chance that the person that used it will get poisoned with it, and they can't use their dash abilities. So
That only happens
you can cancel the ability. Now we got the
there-
third move. Headshot. This thing basically what you do is you basically grab him. It is blockable and you slam him down to the ground. Every move on his melee form is blockable, so that's pretty good.
So you should know that the uppercut, it can be used while they're on the ground. So it can be used for that. That's like an end combo.
And then we
thing.
got the final thing is the most interesting part about it. If you do, let's say if I pick up my katana and I do throw it at somebody, but if my katana stuck there for a few seconds so I get it back. No, if you do 4 M1s, you grab the sword back and do that.
There's also another passive he has where you have to.
You have to get a finish. I'll go with passives a little bit later, but basically once you get a finisher with it, you gain a passive. Every character has a passive, but every passive is different. You basically mostly gain the passives of doing
It's a little
finishers.
different. You get a passive where you get an extra 4th M1.
You get a fifth
the
one where you
black
basically
for some
do,
reason.
yeah, you do like a super power
nice.
like punch and then you punch them far away. This thing is very good at wasting people's ragdoll cancel. If you're good with it, you can waste someone's ragdoll cancel with it.
There is also a finisher, but we're not going over finishers. You want to see the finishers? Go play the characters yourself.
All right.
All these gonna hurt, by the way. I know y'all see me just these, but y'all go feel pain. I'm sorry.
You should also know that if you do manage to get Mastery Stain, his moves by themselves do not do a lot of damage. It is solely relying on a long combo to do most of the damage.
All right. The next character, Azure Flame V1. This is basically Dobby from the anime. And you think they did him justice? Yeah, his mastery did him justice, but not this version. This version had went through so many changes and nerfs. It's so hard to play this character. Basically, the first move is basically grab attack. I don't know if it's blockable. Can you block for me? Okay, it is blockable. So the unique thing about it right there, see how far he went back just from normally using it? So if I were to hold down my M1 button, for some reason he'll go a shorter distance. Like it's very difficult to see it, but it's a slight change. See how far he went back? And now we got the second move. This thing is a long range. It used to be unblockable, but now they made it blockable. Basically where you throw a giant fireball. This thing does have infinite range, if I remember correctly. Yes, it does.
And it should work while the person is on the ground or in the air.
Yeah.
So it can be used to end off combos or just to get someone away from you for distance.
And then now we got Ember Russian. This thing used to be an unblockable move, but they made it blockable. Well, technically it's not really blockable. Like, if you block for me. This thing, if they're blocking, it will go out very slow. But if they're not blocking, it will go out very quick. See the explosion happen very quickly then. This character is very hard to learn, but he's pretty good if you do learn how to learn him. Because he can do a lot of damage. And now the fourth move is basically a blockable dash attack that picks him up. And no, it does not reset your M1. Sadly, it only gives you 2 in the back.
It does do no damage though, so you should only use it for if they're on the ground. For like a small little combo extender.
And now we got his ultimate. His ultimate though is pretty strong for no reason.
I just on it.
Mm.
We didn't go over We didn't go over Mastery Stain's ultimate.
Oh crap! Anyway, so Stain, I just got a important email from the devs.
No.
I just got an important email from the devs that they just added Stain V2's ultimate. Wow, that's so crazy. How we
like
just
so
here
crazy,
for ultimate. Alright, anyways.
Just as a recording, that's like so crazy.
That's so rare. Alright, so anyways, this is Stain's V2 ultimate. This thing about this one is very difficult. Because this thing will actively attack you by the skill from the ultimate. Yes, all these slashes right there will do damage. Now we got the first move, by the way. A very tough soundtrack. Not only do you gain 6 M1s with 2 swords, you also get a different run animation. But the first move, the detrimental division. I don't know how to say this word. This thing's an unblockable AoE attack that basically, after your second hit in, you summon basically active image that will attack the person and then slam them down to the ground. It has a cool finisher. And then we got Gekido. I don't know how to say this, but this thing is basically a long range dash attack that once you hit, it shows up into the air and then kicks them down. And then we got Blitzing Talon. This thing, it basically works as like 3 different moves. So first of all, I can throw my sword over there and I can just dash towards him. And also, this is basically a main effect. This thing will always happen when you get hit with this. But it will do an uppercut and then the punch is super far away. Another interesting about this thing, that if I were just to throw my sword at him, like Snickers could be that far away. If I throw my sword at him, and then, okay, my sword missed. It's very hard to hit the sword. But basically, if the sword hits, you teleport in front of them and you immediately dash at them.
It's the same exact cutscene for all the variants. You can hit them a little differently.
And then we got the last one, Call of the Evil. This thing is very unique of how it works. Alright, so first of all, when you use it, not only do you have hyper armor, but once you hit the slash, as long as you're pressing the M1 button, you are constantly slashing them and they cannot escape. And if anyone's in the range of it, they're also caught in this.
It's very balanced, I swear.
This thing,
Very
it totally just dropped. It's very balanced and very fair. So if you see it, don't worry, you'll be fine. You won't die. Anyways, back to Mastery's
Dobby.
not Mastery, Rugged Dobby. Let's go back to his ultimate. His ultimate, it is the second ultimate to drop in this game, so expect it to be like a lot of like boring old stuff because it's, I mean, it's a free. Come on.
Oh yeah, they didn't drop Dobby. Okay, so we're not gonna go to Master Dobby ultimate.
So I forgot which form of Dobby this is in, but basically this form you gave Ice Dobby so you got Azure Flame Blitz. This thing is an unblockable grab, which you can't delete it until it's just basically just M1R range. His range are like 1.5 tiles, yeah. So yeah, if you do this, you can't just walk up and then grab it. You do 3 punches on the ground and he also stays with for 5 seconds. So, and we got the second move. This thing is an AoE freeze that after the initial hit, it will do giant. Yes, you can't get punched out of this thing, but if anyone's caught in it and then you get punched out of it, they're frozen for a little bit of seconds. And now we got his range move, Flame Blade Burst. That makes more damage than close before. And then the final move, Beacon Scorch. This thing's unblockable without hyper armor, and then pushes to the second, and force it down to the ground. Okay, that's it. And then we got Mastery Dobby. Right? Okay. As I'm making this video, there is no ultimate for him yet. So it's only his base moveset, but his base moveset is pretty cool. So first of all, we got the charge move, right? We got Inferno. So this thing has 3 different charges, but there's only 2 charges that you can do. It's the full max charge. The full max charge, it will go through block and lead into a combo extender, unlike the other 2, which if you hold block, it does nothing. But if you do the full charge block,
all matters that it goes through block, probably.
Yeah, it goes through block. And the second shot is Hell Shot. So first of all, it will do this move and then knock away, and you have to press it again, just like the stain V2 uppercut, to do a follow-up attack. And they can't really escape out of this because you can also waste their ragdoll cancel. If they waste their ragdoll cancel a little bit too quickly, it does track them down and then still hit them. And then we got his unblockable Gracious Shindo. This thing is basically slide down and you toss him away. It's not very far away, so this should be your combo ender. You should not try to combo the zombies.
And then the 4th move actually changes into another moveset.
Yeah, this
if
moveset.
You thought Bane was crazy, no, he also has a second moveset.
So what's interesting about this mode is this mode, it actively will drain your HP, as you can see at the top left. But so once you get to a certain amount of HP, this thing will automatically deactivate. This thing, every move is basically unblockable in some type of way in this move. So you guys first move Hell Assault, which this thing is blockable. It's a dash attack that runs you around, basically keeps you up there. And then you can M1 if you're passing. Then you got Phantom Shot. This thing is basically a quicker version of the Hell Shot move. And then you got Gracious Shindo. This thing is basically an AoE move that if you do time right, this does pick up and then you can get 3 M1s off. But basically, how it works is this thing will keep you locked up in place and you cannot move if you're the victim of it. You cannot move and you have to hold block because there's only a millisecond chance for you to block. But yeah, that's it for Mastery Dobby V2.
Now it's time to move on to one of my characters.
Yeah, Split
Anyway.
Ice.
We have Todoroki. He is a pretty simple character, isn't very hard to use, and he does have pretty basic combos. So the combos do a bit of damage, even though they are pretty basic. Stop this.
So
Anyway,
his first
we have-
move, this first move has 3 different
The
variants.
grab.
They have it's a grab attack, which I think is blockable. If I'm right, no, I think
If you're
that
close enough. No, actually, he has 4.
No,
Four
I
variants.
don't think grabs are blockable. It's kind of one of the things.
no.
Anyway,
because
we
think
have-
about this.
The first variant, which
The-
he shoots ice at you.
So the variant depend on how much the M1 you do. So there's 3 different M1s. So if you just do 4 of them, you do the long range version that hits the icicles are the damage points. But
And if you just do the regular, just hold it. You just grab him.
yeah, the one you got it face down, so you like slam down and then punch them away.
And if you do an uppercut, he grabs you. Tod-
Ouch.
Ooh. And we have the second move, which is called Ice Javel. This one is a combo extender, so it's good to use these after your M1s if you have it available. It's long range at the same time, so at long range you can throw it. Ooh, you're not supposed to move, but you can dash into him if you're close enough.
And
That
if I
combo.
remember correctly, it does increase your dash speed. If I remember correctly.
And if you're close enough, if he hits you with it instead, it can also be used for a dash.
If I remember correctly,
And
if you do walk on the ice, yeah, if you walk on the ice and then dash, it does increase your dash speed.
Oh yeah, it does. And if you run a really basic combo, it's M1, 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 second move, and then 1 or 3. I mean 1 or 4. Then okay, but now moving on to the third move, it's just a counter. Ooh,
What we showcase?
if you mistime it again, Snickers, everyone you know is being obliterated.
Yo.
Any friends you have on this Discord server is also getting obliterated.
I'm sorry.
Okay, ready? 3,
Mhm.
2, 1.
So
What
what
it
this
does
counter
is it
does,
freezes.
it freezes you into a combo center. And the interesting is his passive, when you get a finisher, it does buff 2 of his moves. And one of them is this move, which once it's buffed, it will last for 6 seconds instead of 3 seconds. Which, interesting enough, before a balance changes, the freeze buff counter used to
Like 9
last for
seconds.
9 seconds.
What the
Yeah,
ass?
it was way too long. We don't know why they have to do it like that. But it's a good thing it's nerfed.
So now we have the 4th move, Frostburst. This thing is just a giant icicle thing. This thing does hit AoE, as you can see.
It also is blockable and does have end lag if missed. So if someone uses it and they miss, then you cannot move for like a good second, which can be used to punish them. So if you're close enough, you can dash into them or just walk up to them if you have enough time and put them into a combo. And now we have his ultimate. This was when he first uses fire, I think. He charges up like I don't know what he's doing. He's getting magic.
So interesting enough, this ultimate took the longest in the game because this game went on a giant break back in 2023 of March, I'm pretty sure. And by the time I updated in April, they released this character with his full moveset. So you see the animations are a lot better, being only the 3rd character added.
Anyway, I'm gonna be using the moves on it since a lot of them are cutscene moves that you kind of need to see better. So we have the first move when he hits you. Move, Snicker! I don't care what be the text on me. Move it.
Anyways, that thing also does hit victims if they're caught in the range. As you can see, y'all still took damage. But
It's
basically,
like a beam like here in like
basically
Z Battlegrounds
does-
or some shit.
yeah, this is basically like a giant Kamehameha. The second move is a giant. It's basically like Detroit, but if it's like Detroit, but if it was bigger and stronger.
It is also I'm pretty sure this is also a counter, so we can use that in a minute.
No,
The next move we have, he kind of just hits you with a nice fireball. Pretty simple, pretty simple. And then his fourth move, what it does is he summons an ice and then he burns. It makes a fire tornado. I don't know how that. On it is also getting killed for this. Wait, I can show them the finisher.
Do not
Snickers move.
wait. So his fourth move is also the most grueling thing in the game. If you see it, you might as well go ahead and run as far as you can. Basically, what it does is the fourth move is a dash attack and a counter attack in one. So if you use it,
You're gonna die if I use it again.
okay, whatever. Anything but the move.
They said an animation.
I'm talking about the fourth
I think-
one.
That is the fourth one.
The Blitzing Soul, Blazing Soul.
That's the second move.
This is our tutorial makers.
All right, yeah, just use that one.
He don't know.
I didn't know they changed it. But basically, as you see, I tried to punch it and immediately finish. This is also the finisher version, so if you see why things happen, yes, it's the finisher. If you get with this, yes, you are cooked. As you can see, he's
No,
walking.
Gordon, stop this!
As you can see, as soon as the animation started, there was like 5 attacks. Yes, you see it goes off. If you do get hit with this, as you can see, yes, you are cooked.
All the impact rings was needed, but it can work as a counter and it can be used as a quick dash. So if someone's near you and they're trying to attack you, probably can use it. He does not have a mastery yet, but there is a mastery coming soon. It's not going to be out by the time the tournament's out.
Jesus Christ!
That's expected. Now we're moving on to this.
Oh, we don't. The one who shall not be named. He don't even deserve a title in this game. This guy right here.
Not like Bakugo.
If you play this character for enjoyment, guess what? You're banned.
Oh,
Yeah, we do not like it.
This character
Like,
right
you
here is
You're
built
not
off
wrong.
like
You
pain
did
and
that.
despair. This character right here. So let me go ahead and go at this real quick because I don't want to see this character ever in my sights. This character has the first move. This thing also is also a combo spin in the If they're grounded, you can do 4 in 1 still. And it also works like Shadow Rush, where it gives you a secondary move. And this secondary
That's
move
good,
does combo spin now. So it gives you this, but it only gives you 2 in
Oh, it does?
Mhm.
It didn't combo spin before.
Yeah, they
Why did they
changed it.
buff it? Who buffed it?
Yeah, because there was a poll where they said what character do you want to see buffed or not, and everyone said yeah, you know, this character.
Why did he not need a buff?
So the interesting part is the first initial thing, this move right here is blockable, but the second one is not, and it's still lead to the combo.
It's also AoE, so if your team happens to die and you're getting jumped, you can hit another person.
Regardless, you're getting hit by this. You won't have a fun day. The second move is powered shot. This thing right here, it also works in the air, on the ground, but this thing, far away it does not block break. Close enough it does, and it will knock away, and it'll give you an interesting move called
The
use
second
again.
move,
This thing is a
Dash
blockable
attack.
dash attack, but once you do hit it, it does toss them into the air, so you can do 3 in 1s and ground this, and now work. And then we got the third move, explosion combo. This thing's a blockable in one thing, so once you do hit it, after once you do basically punches and then fly and wait and then slam into the ground. This thing can also work with the first move. If you do this, then you should be
oh, the first move's not good. Just use the second move. A lot of his moves go with each other, so it's not too hard to make combos at all.
And then we got the fourth move, Blast Catapult. This thing is also a block breaker, but this thing is also a combo in. This thing will basically, well, not really combo in it, but this thing basically will grab you, spin you around for a bit, and toss you into the air. And
It
when
does work on the ground, by the way, so if they're on the ground, don't look at how I did that, but you can grab them if they're on the ground. Now, give us ultimate. I want to do the ultimate.
Okay. So interesting is about.
I think I showed the first move already, but I'm gonna show it
Yeah,
again
yeah,
because
Basically, the first move is it's a 5 dash attack move that picks up 2 players and it'll throw them high into the sky. It's also unblockable, and it'll send them down to the ground. Interesting enough, with that move, you can also, if you aim it upwards, you have to go very high to the sky and go very far.
now we go on to the second move.
This is the cut.
I clicked the wrong move. That is the
That's
third move.
Inferno shot. It's basically like the Inferno away from the last one, but you don't get put into a cutscene. And then we got Exploding Star. This thing is a dash attack, unblockable, and think having two base moveset is crazy.
No, we're not done.
His ultimate has a second base. So his 10th torch move, it doesn't show for me right now. But if you build if you do 100 damage with moves and stuff like that, you get this for free.
This is a one-shot move.
Yes, and that AoE right there, that thing will one-shot. As you can see, I think it just one-shot Snickers.
Shout out G-Rating.
No, wow, it didn't one-shot, but it did a chunk of it. It's a chunk of 1,000 damage, 1,000 HP though.
It's supposed to one-shot if you're a regular civilian
It will
and you walk into it, it will one-shot you. It does not matter if you have full HP, it does not matter what. Unless you have iframes, or you're also ultimating, it will kill you. Alright, we have the first move. You kind of just punches it. You can pick up people again, like the first move from before. I don't know how much people can pick up. Can you pick up an infinite amount of people?
I don't know.
We're not gonna test that. Just know you can pick up 2 or more people. Right, and then we have the second one, which is called Blitz Away. Click it twice for it to do double damage. If you click it only once, it'll just do a regular kick down. And then we have Fury. This one is I'm pretty sure it's unblockable. You can't attack while the person's in it. Or what?
I'm pretty sure there's also a secret. Why is he running?
Hey, who said you could run? Who said you
No!
could run?
Wow. Seize this!
Anyways, the 4th move for it is the nuke variant. This thing right here, you can use it immediately, but this thing will also kill you too. Be careful. This thing also has a wild.
If you're close enough.
Hold on, I'm trying to explain. So if this thing has a long charger basically, and you can be canceled out of it. Like before, if you use it, you can be canceled out of it. But if
once
you
you
do,
reach a certain point, like when you're like almost basically like fully like in a ball.
yeah,
you
when your
cannot be
character
canceled.
is in a like in a ball form, you cannot be punched out of it, and then you fly up high in the sky. It's recommended that you turn off triple lock while you're in the sky, so you can aim it, but it follows your mouse. Anywhere you go, it will do that damage, and it will do. It depends on the victims. It depends on what range they are. If they're on the edge of it, they'll take almost half. It does 95% of their damage. As you see, Tendo took like all of his HP. But if you're in the middle of it, you're dead. Instant kill. It also does kill you too, but it keeps your kill streak. So if you do kill like 10 people with it, you keep that kill streak after.
And just so you know, ults and stuff will be in the tournament. So if you feel like being a bitch, you can use Bakugo to snipe everyone, including your teammates. Because there is teammate killing.
Anyways, we got Shigaraki. This guy right here I have a lot to say, and I have a lot of mean things to say I cannot say on YouTube. But this guy right here, he's probably one of the best early game starter players you can play, but also one of the worst you can ever fight against. Because you know why? This guy feels like you're fighting an abusive father on the crack, like like in the anime. Anyways, we got our first move, the Vanquish. This thing's a jump attack that does an AoE thing, and yes, you can move with it. If you stand still, it just does the AoE in that area. But if you move, you gotta hit someone with it to be able to move, but it will move it a little bit so you can follow up. And then we got his combo extender. By the way, the first move is not blockable. I know the first move is blockable. No, it's not. Okay. The second move is blockable though, but this thing is a dash attack that if you do hit it, you get put into a combo. It may look like a weird combo, but then if you decide to actually do a combo set. And then we got his decaying counter move. It's a normal counter like in other games where if you hit it, you do damage and it cannot combo extend, so don't try. And then we got voice up. This thing's a unique move because it has time to influence. So basically, it's a dash attack that's unblockable. But if I would have hit it, you see how my screen flashes a little bit? If I would have hit it when it flashes, it does more damage and goes on for a little longer. So that's it for the base moveset. Base moveset is pretty cool because you can also do this. You can also do these two together, and you can also do this. If you down someone and then jump, and when that hits, you can also press Q into a combo. Now it'll still do all the damage. And anyways, we got his ultimate. His ultimate is kind of hard to talk about it. So basically, what you do is you summon a friend person from your friend. It's a little bug that. Like it's basically just how what happens. Audio delay, whatever. in this mode, basically this mode is basically like a random passive where it steals players' ability or takes them away. So you got the first move, Lady Up, but this thing takes a long charge up, and it is easy dodgeable. It's unblockable, but once it does hit, it disables all of their moves. Hard for me to showcase it right now. I'll probably pull up a screen of me getting hit by it, a screenshot of me getting hit by it. But yeah, it does disable all your moves for a good like 7 seconds. And then we got the second move. This thing is scattered. This thing's an unblockable chase attack. This thing does go on for a while and does chase you after you. But when you get hit by it, you can do a slam. And you do another slam. The second slam, basically, the first slam, like the first punch, does the most damage, while the slam is just like for the impact damage. And then we got reflective counter. If Snickers were to hit me, or next, if Snickers were to punch me, I pull him into this. It's also his range, and I want to push him away, disabling his abilities, and also taking one for myself. Yes, so now I do a Dobby move. And then we got the final move, True Evil. This thing has hyper armor, and it walks towards you. It also hits on ground, but the interesting thing about this ultimate is when you hit it. This thing takes you into a giant cutscene, and we have to do quick time events. The more quick time events you hit, the more damage you do. But if you're the victim, the more quick time you hit, you take less damage. There's also two variants of this thing if you hit it once, and there's also a second variant if you hit it twice. The damage is still okay. There's no finish with this. As you see, Snickers took a lot of damage because he probably did a lot of the quick time events. But that's it for Shigaraki. Pretty basic, pretty good ultimate. Pretty decent.
Now
Play
we're
him
moving on
to Jet Engine. This character right here, E-Tail. Alright, I'm just gonna give you one. He's gonna be pain in despair. If you see someone find him, you pray to God he's not good. This character has variants, okay? And every move different, might as well has a variant. So let me just go ahead, because Snickers, this is where you become like the most useful, because everything's a pain in this guy. So first of all, we have the first move, Red Kudo. This thing has 3 different variants. Yes, all of them do different damage. If I didn't miss it right there, we got the first. As you can see, I'm struggling. The first variant, it will do a simple basic one that will slam down. It does very low damage. But if I were to hold down for 2 seconds, not only do. Okay, so I missed. If I hold around for 2 seconds, not only does it kick them around a little bit, but it also kicks them to the side for easy M1 combo.
Now there is one more when you fully charge it up.
You do a bunch of kick this, and then you basically kick them away to the side again. Intricate enough, so as you can see, when I just hold it down, I do a dash attack, and I get slowed down for a little bit. I get like M lag. But if I were to hold down max, I run for a little bit, and then I just get back up without taking no M lag. So now we have the second move, Turbine Drive. This move is very different because you should not be using this while the person is standing up. Then what this move does, the person is basically on the ground, and if you hit this, it will immediately pick them back up into a 2-in-1 thing. There's also a second variant of this. If you uppercut or down slam and then you counter right, you can basically pull them up into a combo center. Or to an air combo. Yes, it does. I'm pretty sure this move does hit on block. I'm pretty sure both variants hit them on block. Oh, never mind. Okay, no, that doesn't. But then, yes, so the air variant version does hit on block, so you can't just hit it up close. And now we have Soundbreaker. Soundbreaker is a unblockable charge dash attack. This thing, it will send you to where the player that hit you with it is going. So basically, if you back dash it a little bit, you can't stop yourself if someone is playing the ragdoll cancel try to punish you after it. So you can end punish yourself by just pressing back dash and then stop it. Instead of going straight forward.
And we have the fourth move, which is called Jet Stream. I think it has 1 or 2 variants.
It has
the first one.
The first one is very hard to hit. It's kind of hard to hit because it knocks him back, but you can't easily do it by doing this. It basically does a huge damage and then a down slam. But then you got the second one. If you hold it down while it's not, if you do it while holding, that's a finisher. Okay. So that was the finisher for it. Alright, so we don't pay attention to that.
Let me show you. If you hold it,
you get basically lifted into the air, and then you can.
If you're lucky enough, you can actually hit them into another air combo.
Yeah. So yeah, this character it really is crazy, and his passive is kind of crazy. So watch this. If I didn't have let me turn on my no cooldowns for a little bit. So his passive is very, very, very unique because once you get up, okay, so my passive is despawn because it lasts for a few seconds. Basically, what his passive does, once you get a finisher, you get another M1, and once you use the ability and you pop that passive, like if you do the fourth M1, you refresh that cooldown. I'm pretty sure it refreshes all your cooldowns. So yeah, you can refresh all your ability cooldowns.
Very good for combos.
And
Now
then we
moving
have
on.
his ultimate. This ultimate
Very cool. I think it's
the dash attack, then giant slam, and then now we got the 4 move. First move, Chronos. This thing right here, it hits anyone as long as you run into them. This thing is basically A-Train. So basically what this thing does, it does half your HP. It's lagging a little bit, but it does half everyone's HP. Unless you're blocking, I'm pretty sure. And then it will basically go around and do a bunch of damage. But if I were to, interesting enough, this thing is named Chronos for a reason, because so I'm seeing how I'm standing right here, and I'm all the way down here. As soon as this thing ends, it will teleport me straight back over here. Not a lot of people know about that. And then we got Mach 5. This thing is also another interesting move. This thing is a multi-hit kick. This thing goes to block, but once you hit with it, you gotta press again, and you gotta aim it. If you don't aim it, you're gonna waste it. And basically, from the dead set, you can hit this 5 or 6 times depending on how quick you are. But I'm pretty sure they mean like 5 or 6 times on different players if I try it with you. Okay. So let's see if I try to chain it off of the door. Nintendo. Yeah, okay, so yeah, basically you get 5 or 6 times depending on.
Don't give me anything. You can do it on the same person, I'm pretty sure.
If you do it on the same person, then we'll hit it 3 times. If I wasn't lagging. I just wish I wasn't like. I'm trying to show you. There you go. So at the third one, you basically do this, and you do a bunch of low damage. Then we got his third move, Turbo Release. This thing basically is a dash attack, jump slam. I think this hit blocks, but basically what this does is that you kick them away. This can lead into other moves like Chronos or the Jet Storm. There's also a pretty cool finisher for it. Interesting enough. Anyway, before we go to the 4th move, Jet Storm, his M1s also do change. Where they do an extra hit after he does an extra hit. So that's pretty good because that means instead of doing 4 M1s, you're doing 8 M1s in total. Anyways, we got Jet Storm. Jet Storm is a super fast that almost across the map. You cannot aim it, sadly, but once you do get hit by the snake, it does instant animation. This is also going to be the finisher version because it's really sweet. So basically, as soon as the kick usually if the player has enough HP, it will come. Yeah, but as soon as the finisher, I take him on the side and punch him and I watch him fall back to the ground. Pretty simple. Pretty sick, and that's basically all the characters for right now. That's the end of the tutorial. Basically.
Well, we do have Warport now.
Oh yeah, Warport. Oh my god, I was looking at Human Architect and I was like. Anyways, I'm gonna do a quick showcase of the early access character as since he's getting the base rework ready tomorrow as this video is being recorded, which is Thursday, and he's getting the base. So right now, Human has 2 abilities, and these 2 abilities are pretty good. The first one, Renovate. This one is blockable, but this thing once you do hit it, see as you see it's blockable. But once you hit it, not only does it do a bunch of damage on 2 abilities, but it will disable a single ability from the victim, in which they can't use it for a while. There's also an air variant of it slightly that if I wrong move, that's but if I did the air variant and then I hit it, so if I hit the air variant then I hit it, okay. If I do this and I hit it, it will lead to a combo center. And then now we have the second move. This second move is basically jump to the giant pillar and then you slam down on top and doing a bunch of damage. The finisher
for wall combos.
And interesting enough, I've been seeing on my TikTok for you page recently. If I do the finisher, the second one's not tight. Then I type like JoJo's reference, so they even know it's possible. So basically, the finisher, you basically walk into the wall. If I type in the chat. Okay, I did that horribly. But basically, a weird image will pop up if you type it correctly. I forgot what you got to type.
It's because in the
JoJo's saying
part 4, a guy got
pretty box like that. Anyways, that's a quick showcase for him. I can't wait for him to get added more because he's pretty cool. And now we got Warp Portal. Warp Portal in this game, he used to be the worst character ever, but now he's like a tier 5 threat. This guy, when he got his rework, I swear to God, he was moving like King Von. So, anyways, you guys first move Reality Barrage. You basically grab the person. This thing's unblockable. You grab one and they teleport him to the city map, and then you slam into a wall before you slam into a car, and then you throw him away. And then that's the second one, Portal Cascade, which you punch him away and you drop a random thing on a random item from anywhere on the map. It can be really editing, but damage have to change. Anyway, we got his third move, Dimensional Volley, which this thing is a ranged combo unit. If you get hit with this thing, no matter where you are, it will always drag you back towards whoever hit you with it. It sometimes does hit on ground. It's kind of hard to hit on ground. But anyways, we got fourth move, Gateway. This thing has 3 different ways to hit it. The first one is up close, which you would do that. And then you got the second one, which is that. And you also the third one. If you dodge all 2 of them, you still have to worry about this part, where if you get hit by a single punch, you get hit still with it. It's kind of hard to hit with this one because they nerfed it. Yeah, see? And you can follow with the second variant. That's it for Warp Portal. And now we got his ultimate. His ultimate people call trash, but I feel like I'm the only one that knows how to use it correctly. Because I just know when to finish and everything. But his ultimate basically, you summon a bunch of portals and start So in this one, you have the first one, Matter Barrage. You take all the mountain and throw them at the enemy. It does more damage closer up, but I think it's also blockable if I want close.
Yeah, it's unblockable.
No, it's blockable.
But not blockable.
I mean unblockable. And you got Reality Collapse. This thing has 2 different modes, but for some reason I think if you're far away, this thing does not block, but if you're up close, it's unblockable. Somebody right here. There's a second variant to where it is unblockable because it does happen to me. But I don't know. And then we got Crush. This thing is a slow dash attack that is unblockable, but once you get hit by this thing does damage. Interesting enough, this thing has the most randomest finisher ever. I'm pretty sure at that HP, right, at this HP, this thing finished. And this thing had the highest finisher ever. Of being just almost like 30 feet. As you can see, I'm pretty sure I was like a decimal away from. Oh, he actually died from that.
I died, but it gave me no finisher.
It didn't give the finisher, which he summons a giant meteor and sends him into the void. And then we got Spatial Fury. This thing got reworked. It used to section off one single person in the game. If you hit someone with it, and it will teleport you to the moon, and it'll be basically a 1v1 situation for a good 15 seconds. But now they changed it to a giant beatdown that this is unblockable. And okay, so it's good. But basically, this thing turns into a giant beatdown. And you basically start punching the heart out of it.
He did the anime, by the way.
He did that, trust. Anyways, there's also a finisher version where he starts warming up in you, but that's every character in the game. Yeah, that should be everyone. We went over all
Obviously, we have Gojo and Senna.
Yeah, Gojo. Oh yeah, Gojo. He's also going to be in the tournament. Trust. I promise you. So first of all, we have Blue right here. Guess what? No matter what happens, you get cease to exist, no matter if you're blocking or not.
It's super fair.
And then we have Infinity. If I turn this on, Tendo try to hit me, don't worry. You'll be fine. As you can see, he punches himself. No matter what ability he does in the game, it will automatically go towards him. This includes ultimate and even abilities. And then we have Slap. This thing does half your HP, but this thing basically away and then stomps you.
It actually kills him. 100% balance.
And then we have Combo. This thing is unblockable punches that last for a very long time, and after the invade, guess what? You lose all your HP. And then we have his Awakening. Don't worry, this character is very balanced. Don't worry, his Awakening is very balanced. The first move you have is Red. So what Red does, it's instant kill, and it's very far.
It obliterates you.
And then we have the most interesting ever, Unlimited Void. Yes, this thing add Unlimited Void, and it basically will put you into a domain expansion. As you can see, Tendo cannot run from this.
I just realized that it also learns how to sneak.
And see, Shindo cannot move at all, and he's stuck in this. By the way, beautiful domain picture for a game that does not work on Gojo. And then we have the second move, Decapitate. I tober behind him and rip off his head. And that's an instant kill. And it goes through block and everything. And then we got an interesting move, Hollow Purple. So if I stand right here where that's what I see for going, there's probably a high percentage that you get hit by this Hollow Purple that goes outside this range. Oh, never mind. Anyway, that also insta kills, but also drains everything. That's every character in the game. Thank you for watching. This is going to be.
Actually, we have Mount Lady.
There's nothing about her. Jeez, you just want to see a huge. You just want to see a huge lady these days. Anyways, Mountain Lady, one ability. I turn into Eren Yeager and I just start growing. Okay, so now I'm Eren Yeager and I can grow. I can punch him down to the ground just to change my influence. These things are all possible. Or I can stomp, which is a giant AoE. I also gain increased health, but I still. And then hold on, let me gain my get back. Let me gain my ultimate real quick. And then if I press G when I have my ultimate, I summon the rumbling. As you can see, Death is really coming independently. It takes a while for them to get here. But just know that basically, there they are. As you can see, the rumbling does happen. And yes, these dummies do kill. As they slowly walk towards these innocent lives. Anyways, that's it. Now I get to watch these people die slowly. Anyway, thank you for watching. Shout out to for